Here is our game that we created using Figma to mock up a low fidelity prototype of our speculative design game based around the trustworthiness of AI imagery in a speculative future. In this game, you take the role of a new employee in this government branch that has to moderate all content that comes through and has to decide whether it is real or if it's fake. The issue arises when you are given minimal information to decide on, just your own judgment, and when that's not enough, you have been provided with an AI assistant that gives its own judgments, which throughout the game proves to be less and less trustworthy, bringing in more detailed issues of the effects of how this will work. The game begins by sitting down at your desk and you turn on your light, and then your screen will boot itself up and you'll get a quick tutorial on the background of the game. So we click begin. Welcome employee to the truth feed. Continue. Your job is to review images and determine their authenticity before they can be uploaded to the database. You've been granted access to this new AI toolbot which can scan images and determine their authenticity. That's our icon that we made for it. Warning, the AI toolbot is still in its testing phase, so make sure to verify its results. If you need help with your tasks, click on the information icon for more information. Each day you'll be given 5 images to review. Your workday will end once you have reviewed all 5 images, and you will receive a report outlining the results of your choices. So here we are in the main interface. We'll just talk through some of the interaction points that was added. So we have an interactable light to turn on and off because we thought it'd be cool. We have our clock that we can bring up. We have our ambiguous calendar that doesn't even give us a day or a date. It only gives us a day and a month. We have our notes that we can check. And up here we have a hint. So if you're unsure of an image, the AI will have printed out images of things that is detected as anomalies in the image that we then have to verify ourselves by scanning the image ourselves. So we can click into it. Here is our interface on our screen. We see the name, we have minimal information, and some images have more or less information. This one, we don't have a date and we don't have a location. All we know is it's in a suburb based on the fact there's a house. We have a public trust meter which is affected throughout the game based on our decisions as the government employee. We then have our main piece of media that we have to review. Then we have our 2 options, our fake or our real. We have our AI assistant that can scan our images, and then our info. We'll start with our info, which in this case is our empathy map, which we made to fit into the game. As we were developing this prototype, so we thought this would be a nice way to display it, where we look through our think and feels, our see, say and do here, our main pain points and our needs, which we have addressed in this game. So we'll go ahead and we'll start into the actual game itself. So as we can see the image, nothing looks too out of the ordinary. It just looks like a man smiling, house behind him. So we'll get our AI bot to do a quick scan. And this animation was actually made by us ourselves, and then we overlaid it into the Figma prototype. And most of these visuals are AI generated, as we mentioned in our report. Here, we'll skip ahead. The AI said it did not detect any. But then if we remember our hint, we're seeing these lines, so it's always helpful to try find where that is in the image. So then you can try detect yourself. So here, it's down here, and if we count the fingers, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fingers. So we can fairly confidently say the AI was wrong here, and we can call this a fake image. And again, we don't know until the end of the day, so we've moved on immediately to the next one, on to number 4 of 5. So we click in, and then we see it has a date, it has a location, which is quite obvious based on the Eiffel Tower, but we can scan it anyways, and we'll see if it detects anything that we aren't seeing based on our initial assumption of it being somewhat real. There's nothing out of the ordinary, it doesn't suggest anything, and it doesn't think there is anyways. We can then go ahead and we can just decide I think it's real. Again, we'll find out. Our next one is unknown, but the location is Stockholm, Sweden. So with our CRT monitor in all green, we'll probably have to assume that that is the Swedish flag, but we might be wrong. We'll go ahead and check for AI. We'll let it scan through, see if it catches anything. And it did detect AI. So as you can see here, we've got a couple of heads that don't match up to any bodies. So I think we can agree with the AI and agree that it is a fake image. On our next one, we'll have a look at the hint first. See some two stripy lines. We'll find out when we look in a little closer. We have a date, but we don't have a location. We can see from our last few rounds, our public trust has already started to go down, which suggests that our AI hasn't been completely truthful with us and we've been making mistakes. We can see immediately from this, it's a cat, but it has what looks like 3 tails. So we can check with AI, but I think we can confidently say it's fake. But we'll see how trustworthy our AI companion is and what it returns with. AI not detected. So there you go. It's telling us that it's a real image, but we can say, no, we think it's fake. And we move on to our 5th image. Our public trust at this stage is quite low. We see we have a date, we have a location, and we have an image of what looks like a public leader with a man attempting to possibly assassinate him. We can check for AI. See if it detects any or if it's a real image. It's could be alluding to fake political images. Here we see it's an error and we get a glitch across the screen, so something has gone wrong. And as you can see, our 2 options have now changed to fake and fake, which suggests that it wants us to call this a fake image, whereas in a political sense, this is being used as a tool now, baked into the AI's algorithm to pass this as fake, even if it is a real scene, because it could cause political problems and problems in the public. So we'll go ahead and we'll say fake. And just like that, everything is shut down. Our light's gone off. We're not too sure what happened. Turn back on the light. And then we get our daily report. The day is over. And we get that we've reviewed our images. We get that we reported fake images. And we uploaded 2 real images. It says that there's 0 errors. But as we know, that isn't true. And our overall performance has been ruled as adequate. So that is our initial prototype of just 1 day in the job of this prototype. We can have a look now at some of our early prototypes where we started with the initial ideas and the initial screens of what it might look like, where we created our own pixel art and realized just how time consuming that actually was, which is why then we realized it would actually be beneficial to take our ideas and actually generate things out using AI so we can make it exactly how we wanted, and then using Affinity and Procreate we could actually add to it and make it exactly how we wanted it to look. So we were able to make our little icons and how they display themselves and our empathy map, and then we could just play around, create all of our animations that would display on the screens, and make our full linked up prototype to work through for our game. Yeah, thank you.